Hey, welcome back everybody. Matt and Dave out here at our front porch rebuild project. The next phase is to get the stairs on, get the Trex decking down, and get the columns back up. But before that, we need to do a couple more repairs, so let's check things out. First up, we need to do some repairs to the mortar back there, behind where the roof will cover it back up. It's our one opportunity to take care of that. We need to pour a new concrete pad there for the stairs to land on and make that better than just landing on the dirt like it was previously. Then up top there was a board missing from the cornice, so we were unable to match that exactly, but we found a really close match at the mill shop that I work with, and we are actually just going to replace all the pieces. It'll look basically identical, so we are waiting on that to get produced, and then the scaffolding can come back down, and then we get started on the actual deck boards. So we'll get to work on the prep stuff. So the brick up here that was behind the roof and above the ceiling was just laid up and not struck, and it's just common brick. It's not face brick. So as you can see here, the visible brick is really nice. This brick here is a little rougher backup brick, which is fine because nobody sees it, but the mortar had degraded over time, so good opportunity to get that fixed now. Nice and simple since we got the scaffolding up anyway. Just put the outriggers on and grind the joints out. Didn't take much time at all because again it was degraded, and then we'll pop new mortar back in there and good to go. We have our little pad extension prepped and ready to go for concrete. We just needed an extra 18 inches or so to catch the steps as they come down off the porch. So we got our stone for good bedding and drainage, and we will mix up some concrete and get it all leveled off. Alright, simple, easy, just hand mixing the wheelbarrow, and then fill this up, level it off. We'll get it nice and level. Don't even need even a broom finish in this case. It's going to be under the stairs, so just a good level finish and we are good to go. We have had a stormy spring season here in the Midwest, and today is another day of severe storms in the forecast, and they are moving in, so we are not on site, but that doesn't mean we can't be productive and efficient with our time. The math doesn't change cutting stairs on site or cutting them somewhere else. So I just set up here outside my garage, measured out the stringers, and we are getting them cut here, so we'll just transport them back over next time we're there, and they'll pop right in place and we'll be good to go. So a little bit of time spent here on an otherwise downtime, save us time later. So pretty simple stringers here for this project. 4 steps on the stringers and then an additional step off onto the actual porch. So 5 total rises. And they'll be 12 inches on center to give good support to the composite Trex. So we will get these loaded up and take them over next time we are on the project, hopefully pretty soon. Well, I finally got the crown molding that we need to repair the cornice. You can take a look there. It was custom built up for me and it took 6 weeks. Normally it takes 2 to 3. Not sure what the delay there was. The species that they chose for me is either Sapelli or Sapili. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. It is an African hardwood, basically a replacement for African mahogany. And it is supposed to be durable for outdoor applications, which is exactly what this is. So usually when I've gotten outdoor trim milled up, they have done it in fir, but they recommended this time. So from what I've read, it seems to be a good choice. Has kind of a reddish brown look to it, but we are painting it up white to match what is already there, and it is much easier to paint on the ground than 20 feet up. So we'll get primer and paint on here, and then we just have to bring it to the job, cut it to size, and put it in place. Then we can get the scaffolding done out of the way and proceed with the porch construction. We are finally back on site today. We got our crown mold finally milled and painted up. Only took 6 weeks to get it to us for some reason, not exactly sure why. So we got some additional scaffolding set up because we were replacing all of the crown, not just the missing piece, because we could not match it exact, and found a probably 95% match, something like that. And we're just replacing the whole part around, and nobody will know the difference. So we'll get up there, take the rest of the existing down, and then we'll start cutting. Last opportunity to make sure all the sides are sealed up, so we'll get a coat of paint on our cut ends now before we put it up. Alright, pretty simple install, just put it right back where the previous crown mold was. Maybe a little bit awkward since we're at height, but not too bad. These are the cases where battery tools are nice investments. So that's the first section, just need to run it down and around the corner. So we also need to replace above the bay windows there. The trim is pretty well rotten away. Getting that right now, and there are actually some bird nests up there where we need to finish the crown mold, so we may have to wait on installing that. We'll get that figured out. So pretty simple angles here. It's just 45s where the trim meets the house, and then 22.5 on each board at the outer point. So should come back together nice. Well, with some of the additional trim we needed to replace around the bay windows, we had to recreate the panels that were on there, which was pretty simple. They were just 7/16 panels on the 1x, so pretty easy to recreate with just standard materials here. So painted it up on the ground, attached the panels to the 1x, and we will put these up tomorrow after we give them a little more time to dry. Well, we have our new trim pieces up above the window, and since I was doing it by myself, it was hard to record getting them up here, but they are nicely in place, look good. Just need another coat of paint and a little bit of caulk, And then this could also use some new shingles, because I think these have been here for a little while. So we'll get this finished up here, and then we can get the scaffolding down for now. So time to get the stairs in place, and we have the first 2 stringers on of 7. I think I said 6 earlier. It's actually 7. So the concrete pad that we added is just a touch out of level, so we left the stringers uncut for the 1 inch worth of decking material, and then we're just going to adjust each one basically to make it work right. So on the right side here we took the full inch off, and then after leveling across it was just over a ½ inch on the left stringer there. So these should be kind of in between that. So we'll get the rest of these trimmed and attached, and then we can start almost using the porch and stairs. We just need to get the scaffold off. So we have all the stringers adjusted, nice and level across, and we just screwed 1 screw into this last stringer so we could take it back out to make it easy to attach to the straps. So we'll finish nailing and screwing here, and we'll be ready for deck boards. Alright, last stringer going back in place. And apparently the screw did not like that board. We were a little short on both screws and nails here today, so we're kind of combining them together to use what we have on site. Well, today is the day to get the Trex down. We already got our picture frame in place. Nice rainy day out here. Glad we're not digging. It's a good day to put the deck material on. So that's all ready to go. Now we just need to infill the field. We have the non-groove Trex for the perimeter, of course, and then the grooves and hidden fasteners for the rest, except the first row still does get face screwed because the hidden fasteners need grooves on both, and that's not what you get. So we will probably be able to knock this out pretty quick. It's a good straight line to work off of, so hopefully no problems. So with that first piece in, you need to maintain that same gap as the rest of the deck, and the easiest way we've found to do that is just pop a couple of the hidden fasteners on top, and after you get the other screws in, all you have to do is just unscrew them right back out, and then you're not fiddling around trying to make it perfect. Just use what's going to make the gap on the rest of it. If you've never used Trex before, it is very consistent, but it's actually can warp just a little bit, so sometimes you have to pull it and adjust and make it just right. But as long as you get your first row correct, pulling it tight to that will give you what you're looking for. We're I don't know, about 2/3 of the way done here. Looking pretty good. So I'd say about 3 hours in at this point, and we stopped for lunch, so moving along pretty nicely. Haven't really run into any problems. A couple of the planks didn't quite want to go into the grooves, or the groove didn't quite want to take the hidden fastener, but a little bit of prying takes care of that. So we will do the, I don't know, 4 more rows, I guess that is, and then we need to do the steps. All the decking is now down and looks pretty good, I think. Obviously lacking the trim, but this is a good sized porch. I could imagine sitting out here on a swing on a nice night, or maybe watching a thunderstorm roll in. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but down the nice stairs. So next up is getting the refurbished columns back over these posts. Then we need to start building the roof, and obviously it's quite lacking in the trim department, so we'll get all that going. So hopefully coming up soon. I think the columns are just about ready for us. So that is a wrap on the work for now. Next time we're back, we'll be getting the columns started, as I just mentioned. So if you haven't already done so, we'd super appreciate if you'd like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's a big help for a small channel like we are. But until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.